What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So I've had the 15-inch M4 MacBook Air for 3 weeks now. This is my main computing device. Yes, I have an M4 Mac Mini, but that's for my home setup. But everything else, like when I'm out on the go or when I need to get work done for MTG Productions, for Teslevo, Dose of Pokemon, and my other channels, as well as my side projects that I'm working on, this is my main computing device. However, I want to share with you guys 5 reasons why you should consider picking up the M4 MacBook Air. Now, some of these reasons might apply to you, some of them may not, but that is completely okay. And for some, all of these reasons may apply to you. And obviously, we're going to start things off with the first one is the M4 chip. That's the biggest reason why someone would want to consider picking up this MacBook Air. We finally got it. We had it in the iPad Pros, then we got them with the MacBook Pros, and now we have it in the MacBook Air. And it's a powerful device with a powerful chipset. And I'll put it this way, you know, even though this doesn't have a fan, and you would think, okay, if it doesn't have a fan, it might heat up and things like that. In the past 3 weeks, I've thrown everything at it. My entire workflow, Final Cut Pro, using Safari as my main internet browser, which I hopefully plan on switching to a different browser sometime soon, but we'll see how that goes. And then using it for like Notion to make sure my business is running, and then for like Canva and things like that, watching YouTube videos, content consumption, obviously, and it hasn't skipped a beat. It hasn't gotten warm to the touch. It hasn't hiccuped, no lags, no stutters whatsoever. I mean, my workflow isn't too extreme, but I think starting off, especially if you're going to make content, if you're a student, if you want to use this as like, I don't know, just a web surfing computing device, or if you want to get some light work done, you want to use it for your work, like editing PowerPoints and writing documents, Excel spreadsheets, things like that. This is going to be a more than capable device because of its M4 chipset. And yeah, I'm not going to dive into like the benchmark scores and things like that. I don't do that stuff. So if you want to see that, it's not going to be found here on MTG Productions. But just on a day-to-day basis, for me, it's been great. It has tackled everything. And like I said, Final Cut Pro is my main app that I use here. And no problems, no issues. Exporting is super fast. Working through the timeline, it hasn't lagged at all. So I'm very, very happy with the results of the M4 chip. And that's why I like to recommend this to people who are getting into the content space, who are going to start their college career. Maybe if they're in high school and they want a MacBook Air, then this may be that computing device for them. But I think it's a laptop that everyone can use. But, you know, obviously sometimes we want more than what we really do need. But anyway, moving on to the second reason is the fact that it has 16 gigs of base RAM, unified memory, with a higher max capacity. So when Apple first launched the M4 Max, it pretty much bumped the existing M2 and M3 MacBook Air models to 16 gigs of unified memory as a starting unified memory. I had the 8 gigs of unified memory model because that's, you know, I first got it when it first came out. So when they upgraded the starting, I was kind of like, well, I don't have 16 gigs of unified memory. So for me, it's been an upgrade. So there's that too. But for most of its life though, like my previous M3 MacBook Air, it only had 8 gigs of unified memory. I mean, mine did. I didn't upgrade to 16 gigs. I didn't really need it. I mean, it still tackled everything, so that wasn't too much of an issue. But if you pick up the M4 right now, 16 gigs is base. Now, this also does support up to 32 gigs of unified memory. I mean, if you do want to get the max unified memory, you do have that option. If you want to get extra storage, you can do that too, but just do keep in mind, you're probably going to be paying a lot for extra storage from Apple. They're just really expensive. So what I actually like to do is, I'm going to show you guys in a moment, I like to get a Samsung T7 SSD, a portable SSD. It doesn't necessarily need to be this specific one, but this is the model I've been using. So for the past couple of years, I was using 1 terabytes, 2 terabytes, and this year was like, okay, I need a 4 terabyte because 2024 was the first year that I used 2 terabyte and I quickly filled it up, obviously starting new channels and things like that, having more content and extra B-roll, I used up 2 terabytes. So I picked up a 4 terabyte model and so far it's been great. So if I ever need extra storage, what I'll do is you know, I'll take the final videos, the B-rolls I don't need on my MacBook Air and just move them over here. That way, you know, I still have enough storage here. I have 512 gigs. I kind of wish, you know, for me, I think the ideal right now would be having 1 terabyte of SSD on the MacBook Air, but you know, 512 still gets the job done. You can go with the base 256 gigs, but in my use case, that would not have been enough. So I'm okay and content with 512. But I carry this, and you're gonna be paying much less for a portable SSD rather than paying direct storage to Apple. So just do keep that in mind. But you do have support for more storage and more unified RAM with the M4 MacBook Air. Another reason is going to be the expanded display support. So here's the thing. This new MacBook Air has support for 2 displays. You can run 2 displays side by side with this open. So now, you know, you can use those 2 displays and use this. But before, with the M3, you were able to connect the 2 monitors. You can run those 2 displays, but you'd have to have the lid closed. And I have 1 display right here. Maybe in the future, I might get a second M8 monitor. We'll see, but for now, I'm just using 1. And if I were to get a second one, plug this in. Now I can kind of use this as like my mouse right here, and I'll just get everything done here on the big screen. That would be much easier for me rather than having the screen closed. And with my past setups, before I had a Mac Mini, before I got M2 Mac Mini, I think it was M2. It was M2 Mac Mini. I was using my MacBook Air as my main computing device. I just plug it in to the monitor, and I was all set to go. And yeah, for me, I think it's a great upgrade because if I ever do get a second display, I have that opportunity. And here's the thing. I know a lot of people that have 2 displays. So for them, it's going to be just comfortable. It's going to be a comforting change for them. So thank you, Apple, for bringing that support. Now, the 4th reason is a reason I think a lot of people are going to pay attention to, and that's going to be the price. It's not like a feature built in or anything like that, but it's a reason why many would consider picking up a product. So this year, Apple brought the prices down by $100. So with the 13-inch MacBook Air, the base model, 16 gigs of unified memory and 256 gigs of storage, it's $999. So that's down from the $1,099 M3 MacBook Air from last year. And this is also the same. It's a $100 difference. It drops by $100 down. So if you do want to pick up the 15-inch, you can do that as well. But price is great. I mean, with everything going on right now, you would expect prices to go up, but no, price went down with the M4 MacBook Air series. So I'm super happy for that as well. I think for most people, the sweet spot is going to be 16 gigs of unified memory and either half a terabyte of storage or 1 terabyte of storage. If you want to go for more, you can, but you're just keep in mind you're going to be paying a little bit more. Now, the 5th reason may be a reason for you. It may not, but it's going to be the new sky blue color that I have right here. And I'll tell you this, I've used M2 MacBook Air, M3 MacBook Air, and M4. And here was I pretty much tried out every single color except the silver. So when M2 MacBook Air, the redesign came out, I picked up Midnight in the 13-inch model. I really liked it, but it would collect a lot of fingerprints and a lot of dust. It was very visible. Then with the 15-inch M2 release MacBook Air, I picked up, I think it was the Starlight. I picked up the Starlight. And then when M3 15-inch MacBook Air came out, I went ahead and picked up the Space Gray. And now I have the Sky Blue. And honestly, out of the 4, Sky Blue is my favorite. Midnight is my next favorite. And then Space Gray and Starlight is going to be my least favorite. I have not tried silver yet. Maybe for M5 we might try silver. Who knows? But I really do like this. And you have to see it in person. Sometimes in video it really shows off like a silver hue to it. But in person it does have a very, very slight blue color to it. And let me just bring my light blue iPad mini just to showcase the different hues of them. All right, so here is the iPad mini in the blue color, and here it is with the M4 MacBook Air. I like this. I really do like both colors on them. Yes, the iPad mini is a little bit darker shade of blue. Like, it's still really light, but putting it side by side, it's just a little bit of a darker shade. But nonetheless, I really do like it. Now, if they came out with an iPhone at this color, I would probably kind of ditch my black titanium 16 Pro and go with a sky blue, but here it is. Really do like it, and I also love iPad mini. Absolutely love it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said, maybe all of these reasons apply to you, maybe one of them, maybe some of them, but check it out in person. Definitely try it out. And, you know, I know a lot of people who are in the content space who are using MacBook Pros like M4 Pro, M4 Max, or they're using previous M2, M3 Pro and Max chipsets. And that's great and all, but for me, this gets the job done. And I guess I'm an example. I use this to make content full-time. This is my full-time job, I guess you can say, and I really do enjoy it, so I don't really consider it my job, but I really do love what I do, and it's all thanks to you guys. You guys make it possible, so huge shout out, huge thanks for everyone for subscribing to the channel, supporting the channel. It really, truly does mean a lot. We're almost at our goal of 60,000 subscribers for the year of 2025, and if we pass that, that would be even better. Obviously, I'd love to get to 100,000 subscribers one day, and I think we're gonna make it, but definitely stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel, Superman that like button if you haven't already. Comment down below thoughts, opinions, whatever it is, because lots of content is coming really soon. I really enjoy sharing my thoughts, experience of using these products, and just sharing with the world. So thank you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.